Hi there and welcome back. We are back onto Triangle and we're working on the menus. We've made quite a bit of progress last time and we want to carry off, or I want to carry on from where we left off. So let's just see how it looks. Escape. Right, so we've got the pause working, we've got the version showing up, and we've got the config directory selectable and copyable, and we've got the resume working, and we also have quit working. And so the next bit that we can work on is contact, which has its own complications, because what I want that to do is open up a web browser with a form. I've already created a little form which we can have a look at. Nothing particularly fancy. We'll just use tally for this, and what I think would work well is if the command just opened up a browser with this form. I can tweak any of the additional bits in here later. So let's start by figuring out how we can get Zig to open a web browser. Now I suspect that this is platform dependent. I don't want to use, actually, web UI is an option. Let's just check DV. My original plan was just to hand it off to a web browser, but maybe we can do web view. Let's see how complicated it is. Web view, no. There doesn't seem to be an obvious way to get a web view out of DVUI, so that's fine. Let's skip that. Zig open browser. I don't really want what? Made for headless. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't want a web UI. I don't want to pull in another dependency. Instead of open, what if we try launch? Okay. Let me just check if the AI gives me a simpler answer. Interact web browsers. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, let's just see. Platform independently launch browser with URL. Okay, let's start there. Open a web page from a browser. Okay, that's not helpful. That's not quite what I'm looking for. How to launch? Actually, let's ask ChatGPT. I want to open a URL into a browser from Zig. What's a good way to achieve this? I'm trying to figure out some other search terms that I could use to find this out. I have seen this done somewhere. Yeah, I figured it would be something like shelling out the appropriate platform command. I've seen this somewhere. I'm trying to remember where I saw this. It works on Linux. Okay, that's fine. Where did I see this code used recently? Well, that's not very handy. Not that I expect ChatGPT to know all the things that I was looking at, but that's fine. So this seems straightforward enough. Now, I am wondering, I'm just thinking whether I should just put this as part of the command, which would be in, where would it be? UI, yeah, menu, and we've got the button here, and what we want to do is okay, yeah, can't switch OS. How do we get the OS? Zig find current OS. How do I detect the operating system? Thank you. Did it. Comp time dot, okay. So we actually want to build in dot target dot os dot tag right, built-in, we need to import that. Const built-in equals at import built-in. Is that better? URL, so let's just, for the sake for, actually let's just pop it in. We know what the URL is. Copy. Oh, okay. Let's do URL const URL equals, and then let's just use because we need to use the same one in all of them. Now it says we've got an error. Oh yeah, we need to execute it as well. That's just the command. Okay. Will that do it? All right, let me also, I haven't set up my auto run yet. So that's in triangle and then zig, that one. So that'll keep running in the background and building it so that it makes it a little bit easier for us to run it. And I'll wait for that to complete and then I'll move that out to, okay. All right, yeah, okay, maybe ChatGPT hallucinated that one. Let's see. Zig child process. It's possible that one got refactored into something else. Execute child process. Okay. Let's see. std process.child.init. std dot process dot child. How old is this? I just want to see if this is out of date. August 2024, that'll be fine. std process init argv. Why does it? Okay. Init, and then it's the other way around in this one. Allocator. Right, we need an allocator here. Let's just use that for the time being. I just want to see if it works first. Let's just use testing actually. Testing.allocator. Will it let me use it there? Expected 2 arguments, found one, right. Because I've got that there, which is what's breaking it. Right, what I want is &cmd and just this one. Let me just check. So ampersand argv and the other one. Okay. Okay, now the next error here. A little surprise it's not showing up here, but we'll check that in a second. Is testing allocated to user when not testing? Okay, fine. What was the other one? Page. Oh, no, not testing. std.mem. No. Heap dot page allocator. Right. Expected error union type found child. Okay. So there is no error getting returned here. Oops. So that tidies that up a wee bit. And let me just I should check the documentation for that. So what am I doing? zig std process child. Okay, this is probably okay. This is fine. I want process dot child. Okay, and then what we were going to do, dot init, right? So it's going to return. Okay, fine. I'm now starting to understand what's happening here. Init, which will return a child process, and then the reading end. Actually, std in uid gid. I just want to check if how it returned. Process.child. Oh, interesting. So on success must call kill or wait. So maybe what we need is spawn and wait. Right. Okay. And then what it will do is it will return a spawn error. Okay. Exited. Interesting. Spawn error. Wait. Okay, so let's try that. Do we, or actually we don't want it to fail if there is an error. So result dot spawn and wait catch error. So I'm trying to remember what a spawn error exclamation term. That should mean that it returns a term if there is no error, right? Right. So yeah, we can check that, but actually maybe we'll not care. And then what we can do is we just need a catch. We actually don't need an error. std.debug. What are we doing? We'll just print for now error opening browser. Let's print the error as well. Percentage. Wait, no. I've been doing too many programming languages recently. And then, we do want the error. Error. Okay, will that do it? So start process child found. All right, so we need this to be. Oops. We need this to be modifiable. Var. What shall we call this? I don't want to call it PS. Process. process. Okay, so yeah, so actually, how is it running? Oh, XDG open. Okay, that's good. Invalid format S, right, because that's an error. Let's just do that so that it should print anything. Right. Right, okay, so that seems to have built it. Let's see if that works. Escape and then contact. It did something. Did it open? I don't know if that opened this one. Let's check again because I can't remember if that was open there before. Ah, there we go. So that's working. Okay, that was easier than I anticipated, but that's a good thing. So let me just have a think. Obviously, I've not tested this on a Mac or a Windows. What I'm wondering is whether I should refactor this out into a little platform class or something, but it seems probably a little bit overkill right now. This one's working, and that's good enough for now. So let me just have a look. So yeah, you know what? Good enough. So that's been staged. Wait a minute. Why is... Oh, right. It staged just that change. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know I could do that. So feet. Get the contact. Open contact form when contact clicked. Okay. So I ended up down a bit of a rabbit hole trying to get the logging to work. And in the end, I decided to just take the button off, primarily because being able to log to a file or to be able to filter it based on log levels requires writing a log handler, and I just didn't want to try and I didn't want to start tinkering with that to try and see and figure out how all of that stuff works. So I've just taken that menu item off, and we'll deal with that later. I also got a bit sidetracked trying to get the text in the menu. Let me just let me load that up. I got a bit sidetracked trying to get the text for the config to be copyable without it being editable. And I was going down and I thought that I could make a text box read only, and I couldn't find a way in the end. And I had given up, and I was going to just ask for help when I noticed this one. It talks about how you can make text in a text layout highlightable. So actually that'll do for us. We just want to be able to highlight a bit of text and be able to copy it. And that's all in text layout. And you'll see this text can be highlighted. Actually, can I copy that? I can. So that's actually exactly what we're looking for. I guess one issue is how and whether it would scroll to the right, because we might run out of space. We'll try that out. We might have to put it in something to make it scrollable, or maybe we'll just let it wrap. So let's take a look at how that works. So if we go to examples and let's see, text layout. I mean, it's pretty, I think I've done some of this before, and it looks pretty straightforward. Let's see. So what's the text in there? Load up some. So this text is a link that is part of that course. Oh, that's interesting. We could have put a link. We can put a link there, and that link will work as well. But we don't need that right now. Let's see. this is here's some caption text that is in its own layout. I mean, all of that text was selectable, right? Yeah, all of it is selectable. So we just need any of it. So text layout widget. Wish I could remember where I did this. Actually, I could probably just search for it. Text layout widget. It's in the show crafting bit. Right. Oh, okay. Let me just check if I can select this text. I cannot. So how is that different? Margin, because this is also a text layout widget. Let's see. Add text tooltip. Let's see now. Title. We're just adding add text tooltip. Where is the TL? TL. That's here. How? That's exactly the same. Let's just try and get this to be selectable, just as an easy way to test it. So this one sets the line height, min, max, interval. That doesn't matter. Oh no, here. Yeah, this doesn't test anything, change anything. Ooh, tl.install. Yeah, deinit. That's all it is. cbox, button icon, cbox, DVUI box, tl caption.add text, icon label. Yep. Yep, don't care. Oh, that's interesting though. Let me just see DVUI.icon. Oh, it's just a box. Alright, okay. Okay, if touch editing or floating widget. What does that mean? Don't know. Add text. So this one adds that one, sets the font and the font body. Interesting. It doesn't set anything else. Okay, process events. Maybe that's the bit. tl.process events. Maybe that's the bit that gets it to support being able to move the mouse, copy, all of that kind of stuff. Escape. Oops, that's not what I actually wanted. I wanted the menu. Oops. Aha! Okay, perfect. So that's not what we want here, but let's go to menu. Actually, let me copy that one. And instead of using a label, instead of using a text entry, let's, I forgot that one. Let's get that. Let's get rid of that. And let's just, try it out with this. I mean, it's unlikely the path is going to be that long, but you never know. TL dot, what was it? Process events. That last line won't be in here because I'm executing it before it gets to complete. Ooh, okay. Not bad. That'll do. that will do for sure. The main thing that I want to do though is comma gravity y equals 0.5. And while we are here, let me also what was the bit that we can actually get rid of a whole bunch of stuff now, because we don't need this one. Let me pop that in here though. This should be self dot, because we had set up the config path here so that it can go into, we don't need the allocator either. Actually, yeah, I'll get rid of it, because we needed that so that it could go into the text box, which needed a non-const string, and we don't need that anymore. So let me get rid of the D in it. And what I need to do is, what is this menu? So we don't need that. That solves that. I think that's pretty much all of that setup. Oh yes, and we don't need that either. So if, let's see, when this one works, perfect. And for the sake of argument, let me just see, perfect. Oh, it's nice when it works. I suspected it was something much simpler than than what I was trying to do. So I'm glad that it's working now. Let's quit. And let me commit that. Allow make config path non-editable and copyable. Oops. Done. So so that's the menu. It pauses, it resumes, it opens the contact window when we click the button, and it'll quit. This is copyable, and we've got the quit button working as well. I think that's it. Menus is complete. Let me go back to main, git merge menus, no ff, because I want to have a merge commit, feat, add pause menu. Done. So next time around, next time around, what we'll start on is the friendly notice. So we need, I think there are a couple of bits that we want to get working here. One, we want a dialogue. That should be straightforward enough. Well, fingers crossed. We want to show a very short brief readme, because we want to explain how extremely early access Triangle is right now. And we want a summarized changelog and a roadmap. I think the roadmap can go into a separate tab. Actually, I wonder if we even need a roadmap. Maybe that can just be a link. I wonder. Well, we can figure that out later, because I was wondering if we make it a link, then when they go to it, they will see the latest roadmap, not the roadmap for the version of the game that they have, which might be older. So that's something that we can work out. We've also got the automated build and deploy. We'll do that at the end. Let's do this one next. So, okay, that's it for this one. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.